Then I realized when you're so far away from home, what choice did they have? They had not been kidnapped, and in many cases, their parents had asked the traffickers to take them away. The question now is, will their families have them back, or will they traffic them again? Rusko was rescued last month from a toy factory. He's still waiting to go home to West Bengal, which is 800 miles away. So far, no one has come to collect him. How did you arrive in Delhi from where you're from Bengal?
हमारे भाई लाया वाड़ी से यहाँ पे दिल्ली पे काम करने के लिए हमारे भाई थे वो बोला ऐसे तो हमारे माँ है सिर्फ भाई नहीं भाई है और बाप नहीं है इसलिए थोड़ा और मजबूर भी पड़ा हमारे भाई भी कुछ नहीं करते हैं इसीलिए हमको आना पड़ा.
Were you promised something?
अच्छा वो बोल रहा था 1500 मिलेगा नहीं मिला.
Would they feed you?
जी हाँ देते थे हफ्ते में वो 50 रुपए देते.
And how did you sleep? Where did you sleep? Did you have a bed or did you sleep on the floor?
जमीन में सो रहे थे गर्मी भी लगते थे और मच्छर भी काट रहे थे.
Have you thought about your mom? Do you think she'll come get you?
मेरे माँ वो बीमार में पड़ गया है इसलिए आने नहीं पड़ा और सिर्फ मेरे माँ है मेरे बाप नहीं है. कभी कभी मैं अकेला हूँ ना बंगाल का तो थोड़ा मन भी करता है कि किसके साथ बात करूँगी किसके साथ नहीं.
Just thinking about the things that they've gone through and thinking it's okay to work from 8 in the morning to 1 a.m. With no lights and barely any food, if any food. Making bracelets that people in the States buy or tourists come here and buy, yet they have no idea who's putting them together. I'm very protective over the people that I care for in my life, and children especially, just because, you know, there's this innocence that kids have that when it's taken away, it's so hard to get it back. And needed to know where the kids came from to see what kind of life they had led. You know, I had to try and understand how poor you have to be to just send your child away to work. "800 miles east of Delhi lies the state of West Bengal, a major source of trafficked children. The gentle beauty of the place after the chaos of Delhi makes it almost impossible to imagine that it's a place of real hardship. Last night, we caught a flight out of Delhi to Calcutta and got in around 12. And now this morning we drove for a few hours to get here. And we're going to see a girl that actually she was gone for several years, from 13, she's now 15. And we're going to speak to her parents and her family and just figure out kind of what the mindset was behind letting their daughter go. I can never imagine someone just leaving their daughter knowing that she's being abused and God knows what else. Sandesh Kelly is around 40 miles outside of Calcutta. Climate change has meant villages here increasingly face destructive floods, making villagers especially vulnerable to opportunist traffickers. Local charity worker Johnny Sarkar took me to the village of Haldergiri, which had lost 400 homes during a cyclone in 2009. Sending children away to work is a common practice in this area, and people have only recently started to understand how harmful this can be. 15-year-old Amina's family only allowed her to stay at home when a local anti-trafficking charity intervened. Her mother, Sakina Bibi, had sent Amina, her youngest child, away from home twice. The first time she was just 13. Sakina agreed to speak to me when asked by local charity workers. How did it come about when you decided to let Amina go and work?
বাইরে পেট কিলো বলি বায়না হয়ে যাচ্ছে বাইরে দিয়ে দেই দিলি টাকা পয়সা হলি বিয়ে টিয়ে দেবো এই বলে বাইরে দিলি
Was she promised like money monthly or something? What was promised?
মানে মাসে 200 টাকা করে দেবে
And did money ever come?
কখনো পেলে না
How did she come back?
ওই কাজ শিখতে পারে না ওই চা জাল দিতে বললি পেতো না তারা রুটি বানাতে পেতো না এইভাবে ওর মারধর করতো তা ও আর যাচ্ছে
How was it decided that she was going to go the second time?
ফের ওই মারধর করি জবাব জানি তা যায়নি তাই ওই এলে আবার ওই কলকাতায় দিল
And how long was she away for that this time?
ও 2 বছর মতো ছিল থেকে ওই কান্নাকানি করতো
And did money ever come?
না এখানে মাসে 1000 টাকা দেওয়ার কথা
So what would Amina say when she would call to one of the village phones here?
মারধর করতেছে আমার আমি এখানে থাকবো না এই আমি কাজ পারিনি
I just want to know how it felt when Amina would call her saying, you know, Mommy, I'm being beaten or...
মনে একটু এ লাগতো খারাপ লাগতো তা আবার বললেন একটু লেখাপড়া হচ্ছে হোক লেখাপড়া হচ্ছে তা ওদের বাড়ির লোকেরা
If she knew that she was being beaten, she was not getting money, why not try sending one of the boys and seeing if maybe that made a difference rather than subjecting her to such torture on and on?
না আমি বলি এখন থাকো ওরকম কাজ শিখতে গেলে মারধর করে কত রকম করবে না করলে কাজ শিখতে পারে এইভাবে বলে দেখেছি
for them there was no food to eat at home so it didn't make sense for them to even keep their daughter for a long period of time even if they were not getting the money they were thinking she's at least safe some other place getting food to eat.
Do you have a good relationship with her now?
এখন মনে করিনি বাইরে পাঠাবো বলে এখানে লেখাপড়া হচ্ছে হোক
Amina was lucky. The charity had stepped in and offered her mother a way to educate her at home. Amina had this grace about her that was totally unexpected. She offered to share her story.
তোদের বাড়ি খাওয়া হয় না তুই চ না কলকাতায় গিয়ে দিল্লি গিয়ে তুই ভালো
তো পুরো রাস্তা
And what was she asked to do or told to do?
ওখানে থালা মাইতে বলতো ঘর মুছতে বলতো আর রান্না বান্না
Then you didn't know how to cook.
ওই এমনি চা বানাতে গেলে খারাপ হয়ে গেলে মারতো
What happened when she was taken home?
সেই দালাল গিয়েছিল খুব কান্নাকান্নি করতাম কথাবার্তা শিখতে পারতাম না বলে তারা খুব বকাবকি করতো দালালে নিয়ে গেছিল আমি দালালের কাছে কান্নাকান্নি করে ধরম বাপ বলে দালালের
How did you feel towards your mother when you came home?
মা বলছে তুই চলে এসেছি কেন বলছি ওখানে ওরকম খুব কষ্ট হয়ে যেত খুব কষ্ট হয়ে করতো তারপর ওখান থেকে মা বলছে ভালো করেছিস এসেছিস তারপর আমি বাড়িতে থাকি
When the second agent came, how did you feel when your mother said you should go?
মা বলছে যা ওখানে তো থাকিস না এখানে গিয়ে থাক
So she felt okay with that.
আমি বলছি মা বাবা বলছে যেখানে যায় তখন আমি কান্দে কান্দে গিয়েছি
Were they a little bit nicer?
ওরা ওরকম হতো
The man or the woman?
মহিলাটা
only the lady used to hit her.
What is with these women?
In fact, in most households, it's the women who hit. And really worse conditions with the man hit, but most cases that we've heard, it's the women who have hit. The children.
কলকাতায় রুটি শিখতে শিখতে পারিনি বলে এখানে পুড়িয়ে দিয়েছি
She was burnt here because she couldn't make rotis properly.
With what?
The vessel that they used to make rotis
With
was
the
put on. এটা কি তোমার যেটা পর রুটি বানায় সেটা কে রেছে না? The vessel that you used to make rotis, it was put on her.
So, how did you feel when your mom said stay? Were you angry?
মনে কষ্ট হচ্ছিল ওখানে খুব কান্নাকান্নি করতাম ফোন করতাম কান্নাকান্নি করতাম তারপরে মা বাবা গিয়ে কমিটির সাথে করে আমাকে
When they finally brought you home, how did you feel?
তখন ভালো লাগলো
I felt really nice. You can see it from her.
Yeah.
খাই না খাই তুমি মা বাবার কোলে পড়ে আছে
Does she ever get scared that someone might take her again?
ভয় লাগে যে কোন দিক থেকে আসবে নিয়ে যাবে মা বাবা পাঠাবে হয়তো আমাকে
And what does she want to do when she's grows up more?
গান নাচ এর একটাই হচ্ছে
We have something in common.
বলছে ওনাকে নাচ গান করতে খুব ভালো লাগে
এই তুমি কি করো
What do you do? She's asking.
I'm an actress and I sing.
উনি যে ছবিতে অভিনেত্রী আছে আর গান করে ভালো
দিদি কোথা থেকে এসেছে
Where have you come from? She's asking. I'm saying this is what a question.
I'm from New York.
এখানে ভালো লাগছে দিদি
এখানে she's asking, do you like